USD CAD sell from the supply. What's going on, guys? Welcome. Welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna get straight into it. We're gonna talk about what's going on. What am I looking at for the day? What am I looking at? So, while it's in front of me right here, we're gonna talk about this CAD JPY loss that we took today. Nothing really crazy to explain. Setup was there. Market just didn't follow us, but just to kind of just show you guys why we took this trade earlier today. And this was not a trade that I was like already planning. I woke up this morning, I seen this setup, so that's why we took it. But basically what happened today is, I mean, first of all, directional bias, right? You can see this market is bearish, so we're just kind of following the directional bias to the downside. Now today we have a distribution here that led to a new low that invalidated this area, so got to break a market structure to the downside. We left some imbalance as well. Left some imbalance here. You can see we have the impulse. We did take out these highs right here. We have a distribution. When we have a distribution, automatically I know there's a manipulation there. So that candle did take out those previous highs. We did get an impulse to the downside. We got imbalance. We got to break a structure. Followed all my rules. It was just a losing trade. So you guys can see I kind of was drawing it out to do the so I could journal it, and that's already done. So that's what I was doing. But let's get into what other setups that I'm looking for so far, and then we'll just kind of break the markets down and potential setups that we're looking for, right? So let me just delete that. Boop. Well, that's going to be CAD JPY. I'm going to leave CAD JPY alone for now. That's why I haven't marked that as red. I want to see the market move a little bit. Since we invalidated this high right here while we're here, since we invalidated this high, we could continue higher, so I'm going to keep that in my mind that we will potentially continue higher here on this market. But to be honest, I'm not looking for anything crazy right now on CAD JPY. All right, so the other setups that we have for this week and what we're looking for, guys, is AU, right? 4 hour right here. We have some inducement right there. We have the 4 hour candle that led to this impulse, and you can see we have more impulses to the upside here. So we're just following that bullish order flow here on AU. So there is a manipulation down there, and there is an accumulation down there at the bottom that took out Asian lows before we went higher. So we do have the manipulation there. That's going to be the area that I'm going to be looking for buys here on AU. So that's a pending order. USD CAD is also a pending order. So I've seen somebody text it in the chat earlier. Yeah, USD CAD is a pending order that I do have. This is not a supply zone that I'm looking for. You can kind of see the reason why is because there is no impulse from this area. I do see the manipulation, right? I do see the manipulation that you're talking about right where. Right, we do have that manipulation right there, but from that manipulation right here, there's no real imbalance that I'm looking for here. Okay, so this is where I am looking for my entry up here above those highs. Now if the market doesn't go there, then it just doesn't go there. All right, if we create a new setup, which we kind of can today, which that would be the manipulation right there, and then once we continue lower, then I would take the trade. All right, this is just not something I was looking for. The candles here are just kind of weak, and we got the impulse after, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the impulse to happen here, which you can see this is where that happened. After that manipulation here, we have that impulse there. But I mean, you can see the market can still react from that area. Okay, this is a distribution here, so it's not bad. All right, I won't say it. It's not bad. So if the market continues lower from there, that's perfect. That's great. We'll take the next entry. That's okay. Let's move on. eChef, which I'm still looking for here. eChef is kind of slow. I'm still looking for it. I'm still waiting for us to kind of go ahead and, you know, raid this high right here and tap into our order. This is still a pending order here on eChef. Okay, just to let you guys know. this is still a pending order here on eChef that we are looking for potential selling opportunities. Let's look at what else we have for this week so far. EU taking out some lows here. Same thing here on GJ. We took out Asian lows, not GJ, but GU. Took out Asian lows here, like that. We'd like to see a break of this high potentially if we can get up there today, and we will have a setup and put that here as yellow. So we have a manipulation. All we need is a break of structure here on GU, and we'll have a trade there that we could take potentially tomorrow. AU, UCAD. Where is, so I don't know how to say your name, but the guy that was talking about UCAD, did you already take a trade? Did you take a trade off this area? And if you did, why? All right, give me your thesis, give me your bias. Why did you take a trade off of that area? Not saying you're wrong, because you could potentially be right. But just looking at this area, I still kind of don't like it. But I can see where or why you took the trade. So if you're in the Discord, just send it to me and I'll look at your analysis. uChef, I'm looking for sales on uChef as well. Not gonna lie to you guys, uChef is kind of just ugly to me at the moment. We haven't been really giving any big impulsive movements. Well, we have, but not during the time that I want to see it, right? All of this is just after session or like late and everything like that. So I'm kind of looking for the moves to happen immediately, right? I'm looking for the moves to kind of happen, I would say, during London session into New York session, that we can take a trade. You can see last week we were just kind of ranging, just ranging back and forth. We didn't get no manipulations out of that, and then market opened and we went straight down. So nothing 100% that we're looking for here on uChef at the moment. UJ is kind of the same way. I'm just kind of waiting for these to create their setups. If you don't see me have like a marker on it, I'm just kind of waiting for these to actually create a setup. Manipulation here. So I mean, UJ is bearish as well. So if you can find some selling opportunities to the downside, go ahead. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for manipulations, and I'm looking for bearish setups. There's nothing we can take out of here because this is Asian session, all that price action. We don't have any manipulation. I do like this manipulation that we have. Only thing is, I don't like the price action, right? This is market open. The market opened and it spiked down. And then you can see even after we took out these highs here, you can see the doji candle. Look how weak the price action is, right? That's not what we want to see, right? We want to see price action like this, but we want to see that price action after that candle, right? Or at least a candle after, right? This candle is not bad. It's just these next kind of candles right here. It just doesn't do it, okay? We want to see sellers actually show themselves to the downside, like we see here, but this was just market open. This wasn't a part of this area here. So that's why. Just got a notification, hold on, about US 30. We'll get to indices later, but this is another trade that I took today for myself. This is another trade that I took today on US 30, and simply put, this is a strategy that I was telling you guys I was testing out for indices. Well, not for indices, but just for futures and for the NAS and the US 30. This is a trade that I took today on US 30. I believe Cello, I don't know his name 100%, but he took some buys here. It's a strategy that we're testing out. I will share it in the mentorship once I have all of the data on it. But basically, kind of explain the trade. Market opened right here while it's here. The market opened right here at 9:30, right? And since then, we've been pushing towards the upside. So basically, I'm just following the momentum. We had a 5-minute imbalance right here. I was just waiting for the market to fill that imbalance. Once we did that and we had the closure right here, you can see the 5-minute candle closed bullish. Once I had that 5-minute close, I just took the entry, stop loss at the low, and then it's only targeting a 1 to 2, so keep that in mind. And we had liquidity up here as well, so it was kind of a good targeting all of this liquidity here. And that was take profit for today. I actually started a challenge, and this is going to be part of the data. I actually started a challenge, and I'm only going to be trading a specific risk management here, just targeting 1 to 2s, trading this exact strategy, 1 trade every day. So basically, I'm just done for today here on indices. I actually missed this trade on my personal account trying to start the live. And speaking of the live, I'm thinking about starting the live like super early, because that way it won't get in between my scalping. That way it won't be between my scalping, because I took this trade on the challenge account that I just started, but I didn't have time to execute it on my live account. So I might take another trade here on US 30 and NAS. We'll see. Probably NAS though. If we can make it back to this imbalance today. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get there on the 15-minute. I don't know. Market looks like it wants to go back higher. Probably going to get back to the 18,500. We'll see. We swept some highs here. Let's see if we can do something from that. Start seeing some bearish candles come in and validating this imbalance right here. So let me delete this trade. This trade's already done. We already filled that imbalance there. So we swept some highs here, right? Take out all these highs. I want to see if we can break that imbalance right there. So basically, we swept liquidity. If we could just break that low, create like a 1-minute imbalance or 5-minute imbalance, I'll look for something to trade on my live account. But simply put, going back to that, so basically just give you guys a kind of idea of the strategy. I will break down everything in the mentorship once the strategy is completely completed and everything like that. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, I just purchased a live account, not a live account, but a challenge account, just to test it. So just to give you guys those, just to give you guys that data and those results, so you guys can actually see if it's working, if it's not working. Can you pass the challenge with it? Can you not? That's what I want to see too. I want to see if it actually is gonna be good for a long-term thing. So we will see how that works out. But till then, just sit tight. I am currently recording a series building the A setup here. So basically the same A setup that I've been showing you guys, I'm building a series on that, kind of just going fully in depth and explaining that to you guys. Those of you that has questions on like liquidity sweep, inducement, all of those different questions that you guys have, I'm going to be building like an in-depth version of that A setup, just to kind of break down every single part of it, so you guys can understand it fully. So that's going to be another thing that's going to be added to the mentorship. So we have 2 strategies that's getting added to the mentorship. Just this, just A+ setup, right? The A+ setup, just like this is what I use on a daily basis. And then the indices / futures / I guess you could call them whatever you call them, right? These are futures contracts, but we know these as indices: NAS, US 30, ES, which is the S&P 500. So if you're trading those as well, I'm gonna have a strategy that for you too, because I know a lot of people just like trading indices, and I understand they are fast. So I understand why you like trading them. USD JPY. What's up? What do you see on USJPY? Let's talk. What do you see on USJPY? Send me your analysis. What's going on? USJPY is bearish, but where are you going to sell it from? That's my question. Where are you going to sell it from? All right, I'm looking for sales, but where are you going to sell it from? That's my question. Oh, hold on. We have a reaction here on. Let me take my buy. hold on, guys. Let's get into this real quick. Don't leave me. Probably late though. I'm probably way too late on the execution for it. Yeah, probably late. All right, come on, JP Morgan, come on. Need some more buy orders, please. Another thing as well, I don't really like to I'm gonna set like a specific time, say a specific time limit for looking for these trades, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I would say after equities open, so after equities open towards 11 a.m., which is going to be right here for me, and you can see that's ending soon. Towards that time, the setups, like these imbalances, those setups get more and more less probable, okay, because we're going into late New York, so you're not going to have as much volatility, you're not going to have as much impulse, and that's basically what we want to see. That's what this strategy is based on. It's just impulsive movements and momentum, following the directional bias. I did have a bias that the market was going to go higher today to at least take out these highs from yesterday, and to take out Asian highs, right? That was kind of my bias. That's why I was buying those bullish imbalances towards the upside. So it's going to be, you're going to have a really good directional bias and understanding kind of just where the market is going for the day. You don't need to understand where the market is going for like the week or just in general, but just kind of have a target and directional bias for the day. It looks like this trade is playing out. Thank you, JP Morgan. All right, but so I'm gonna have like a I'm gonna set some time frames here for you guys to kind of keep you like level-headed. I don't want you guys just trading this like during Asian session or like late New York, right? This is very important that you're here during market open and you're catching these as early as possible. Honestly, if I would have taken this on the live account, I wouldn't have taken this trade, right? I'm only just taking this because I'm only taking this trade because I didn't get a trade on my live account earlier today. So that's the only reason for that. Let me go break even real quick before this market comes back. But you guys can see it's working. It's working really well. All right, it's working really well for a scalping strategy. And this is for my scalpers out there too. I know I have a lot of people that likes to scalp. Not everyone likes to intraday, and I'm not gonna lie, I like to scalp too. At times, it's just I don't like to scalp the forex pairs. I like to scalp indices. Stop loss. All right, cool. What would be the next target here? What are we coming for? What are we coming for? This gap? Hello. All right, that's gonna be my target for the day. Hit this gap and we'll be done. I'm gonna see if the gap is actually on my broker too. Yep. All right. Yep. That's a free take profit. Let's hit this gap and we'll be done for the day. Okay. If you guys have any questions or anything like that too, any pairs that you're looking at, let me know. We're just over here chilling, trading. So I already kind of shared what I was looking at. eChef, UCAD, AU. Nothing else really has anything major that I will tell you guys to get into right now. I'm just waiting for setups to form on everything else. GU is what I'm kind of waiting for at the moment too. I'd say that's the one that's could give us a setup soon, but we'll see. Soon as in maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. I mean, if you're in the Discord as well, you're gonna see when I actually send these out too. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna target that gap there. Hopefully US30 plays nice. Please. Been going higher all day. And NAS is the same thing too. If you like NAS instead, NAS has just been going higher too. NAS trade into that same imbalance here, so you would kind of have the same trade. So you have this candle, that candle. The imbalance is right here. That's your imbalance. You see, we trade into that imbalance. After that 5-minute closure here, that's your entry, stop loss at the low, and that would have been your trade. 1 to 2 would have already hit. Boom, right there. That's your trade for the day. All right, so same setup happened on NAS. I just like US30 better. Okay, I like this market better. No specific reason. I just like the price action on this better. I just like how it moves better, right? They don't move exactly the same. They move like in the same direction, but they move exactly the same. But this price action to me is just better. Usually US30 is cleaner. Let's see, AU, I need you to go down. AU, that's the setup we're looking for. And it looks like it's the setup that might come into today. And honestly, the person I was telling you about UCAD earlier, you might be correct. So, okay, let me tell you this. One reason why I'll say this. When was this? This was Friday. Friday. Took our Asian highs. Have a manipulation. We have inducement today. It's pretty nice. Have inducement. Yeah, this was my only issue, man. This was my only issue. On the 1 hour time frame, you see what time this happened? This move, this quote unquote impulsive move happened during open. Well, not open, but like changeover, right? This is 5 p.m. that this quote unquote impulsive move happened, right? I'm looking for the impulsive moves to happen at least like during London session or at least during Asian session, right? This wasn't even part of a session time. This was just changeover. That's the only reason. That was the only reason. And the fact that there is no like clear imbalance inside of the area too, right? That was my only problem with this. That's the only reason why I didn't take this. So, I mean, if we missed the trade because of that, I'll be okay. I'm happy with that. Because my motto is, if I'm not 100% sure on the setup, don't take the setup. All right. If you're questioning it, you shouldn't be questioning your A setup. If you're questioning your A setup, that means you're doubting something. And if you're doubting something, it's probably something that's not there. But who knows in this case? We could have just missed the trade. We could have not. We'll see what happens. All right. But if you are in that trade, hopefully it does go well for you. Seeing a pullback here on US 30. Hold on 1 second. We might get a small retracement. Let's see, what else? Something else needs to give me something. Gold just hit the 3,500 for those of you that's trading gold, right? That was the next institutional point I told you guys to target. Next one's gonna be 4,000. Getting a nice reaction off the 3,500. So let's see, boom. That's gonna be your demand zone. That's gonna be the best area to buy gold, right? In this current bullish order flow, you guys can see gold is just going higher. We're bouncing off institutional price points. We're going higher. We're rejecting off institutional price points a little bit and then going higher. I don't know if we're just gonna reject here and continue higher, or if we're actually gonna get this pullback here. It looks like we most likely is gonna get that pullback. Looking on a daily time frame here, the way this candle looks like it wants to close, probably most likely just gonna come back into this area here that I have, this demand zone right here. This will be the best buying area here for gold at the moment. Of course, the next area is going to be 3,250, like I told you guys there. And then maybe if we get this pullback, this will be like the best discounted area, right? If we get into here, this is 100%. All right, this is just I'll say low tier area to buy for now, just to follow the order flow. Because I mean, the way gold is going, it's just going higher, right? It's not really giving any crazy pullbacks. So take advantage of the pullbacks when they do show themselves. All right, so that'd be a good area to look for gold if you're trading gold. Okay. GJ. Come on, GJ. Let's move. I've been looking for some setups on this market, but there's nothing inside of here that I want to take. There's just no impulse that I'm looking for. Hold on. I like this. I like this today. We got to break something, though. We have to invalidate something. Lots of liquidity above these highs. Yeah, we're just stuck in this range right here, man. I'll leave CAD JPY alone for now. Yeah, JPY pairs, I'm not gonna lie to you, the JPY pairs have not been nice to me recently. I don't know what's going on. It's either they're stopping me out or they're missing my entries. eChef might activate today, okay, after waiting for years. Might. Yeah, so man, if you took that trade on UCAD, good for you. If you did take it from here, it's good for you. So we do have a sell limit here. I'm gonna keep this sell limit in here until we break this low. Once we do break this low, you guys can already see where I'm gonna take my next trade, right? It's kind of obvious. The next trade is gonna come from right here. Let's see if we have a 4-hour candle. No, I have a 1-hour candle. We have imbalance. I do see have imbalance right here where we could take that trade from. Hopefully that imbalance stays. Okay. Hopefully this stays. We'll see. Let's go to the 1-minute time frame. Let's see. I think we have a distribution up here as well. Yep, distribution. That's our mitigation. We confirm the distro. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty clean. That's something I'll have to journal. We'll have to see about that one. Yeah, I'll have to see about that one. You need UCAD to go higher? What do you need to go higher? Gold? I'm just not looking at your message. Hey, look at that. More up movements. More up movements. All right, see, we're kind of slowing down. So you guys see, you entered sales too early. I will go over GU in a second. So you guys can see immediately after we crossed the 11. This is something I'm kind of like putting into the data as well. After we crossed 11, I might restrict these entries, so the imbalance entries, until 11, right? And then after 11, no more entries are allowed. Okay, price action is kind of slowing down. We're still going higher into our target. This is where we got the trade here. So we did get this trade early on before the 11. So that's okay. But afterwards, I'm thinking of restricting that. I wanna test it some more. We'll see what happens. So let's go to GU real quick. You said you took some sales on GU. Where did you take sales and why? GU's a bullish market for me. I've been looking for buys on GU, man. While you're answering that question, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see. GCAD. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about GCAD. 100%. I think that's what I missed. So 133. Set 133. Seven. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to explain to me why. 133. 746. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, I think I see. I think I see. Is this what you were taking a trade off of? So looking to sell before going to buys. Okay, I see the thought process. All right, one quick lesson. So first, I see the setup that you're kind of going for. We do have a manipulation of these highs right here. Kind of see the impulse here. We didn't close beneath the lows, so I mean that's one rule that's automatically just not there, right? We need to have a closure. We need to have, if you're on the 15-minute, you're looking at this at a 15-minute, and you see that impulse, you need to have a 15-minute close, right? You need that to close beneath the low. But before even going into that, directional bias. So the reason why I'm not looking for any sales right now at all is we're still bullish. All right. So I think even with that setup, if you were taking it in a bullish setup, you probably would have won that. It's just selling right now is just not the move. DXY is super weak at the moment. So buying GU, buying AU, buying EU would be like the most optimal and high probability right now. That's the current market conditions that we're in. Just looking at DXY, the dollar is weak. So the setups going against the dollar is going to be more optimal than the opposite version. And also, for me to even start looking for sales on GU, honestly, I need a change of character, and we haven't created that anywhere yet, right? These are just Asian lows here. We haven't even gotten a distribution yet. It looks like we could be forming one. It looks like one could be starting. We can see the market is starting to slow down and it's ranging. We're not as impulse. We're not as bullish as we see. We're getting two highs here that kind of is sticking to each other. We're seeing a range, so this could be a start of a range. We might do one more manipulation before we get that. If we get that, that'll be the change of character. Right now I'll start looking for sales. Right now I'll start looking for selling setups to the downside once we get that change of character. So far we don't see a change of character. We haven't invalidated any area that I could say deserves a change of character. Reason why is because this is just Asian lows, right? We're just manipulating Asian lows. There's no change of character there. If the market was to, like, you see how we manipulated these lows, so if the market was to go higher and then break, that would be a change of character because we have a manipulation that took out Asian lows that has gotten invalidated. So what that means is this area here is filled with buyers, whether it be strong buyers, weak buyers, doesn't matter. That means whoever was buying the market here thought the market can continue going higher. So as the market goes higher, once we invalidate that area, that's a change of character. The current character right now is a bullish, right? The current character is bullish. Okay, so once we invalidate these buyers, it means we change character. So until we see a change of character, until we see sellers show themselves, I'm not looking for sales. So since we don't see any sellers at the moment, that's why I'm not looking for sales, right? My motto is continue buying the market until it says no. Okay, that's what I do. I just buy the market until it says no. So this whole thing, I'm looking for buys. I'm still looking for buys today. I'm even plotting a buy setup right now. At the moment, I'm just waiting for this high to get broken. Once that high gets broken and this area actually does something, right? I don't like these candles right now. I like the fact that we took out these lows. but I need some impulses, right? I need to see buyers show themselves again to the upside. I need to see buyers show themselves again. So once that happens, we'll go. A picture perfect setup that ended up missing me is this right here, right? This is a picture perfect setup that I could kind of show you. You're looking for something like this, all right? You're looking for the manipulation of lows. So exactly what we're kind of seeing today, that it's not done yet. It's not done yet, but this is basically what you're looking for. Manipulation of lows here, and then you want to see buyers. You want to see the impulse. You want to see the large candles towards the upside, breaking the highs, and then you're going to take your entry off of this area. This market ended up just mitigating the imbalance right here and just taking off. So, but you're going to have that. But this is basically that idea, right? That's that picture that you want to see. All right. As the market is going higher towards the upside, those are the type of setups that you want to look for to kind of take this market higher. I want to see what's going on here real quick. Let me see. NAS is still going higher. Oh wow, we missed that imbalance. Delete this real quick. We have on a lower time frame. We're creating more. Yeah, this market is just, yeah, we're gonna go higher. We're gonna continue higher into this area, into this gap right here. Might stack some more orders, we'll see. But you guys can see like the difference between like NAS and US 30. You guys can see how NAS has no, like barely, well, it's imbalances right here versus like US 30. Look at the imbalance is so much closer. Need the candle to finish, hold on. Imbalance is so much closer here versus NAS. And I love NAS too. I used to love NAS. Till it started stopping me out. Probably come back into it. Hopefully we do. That's what I look for another buy opportunity. See if we can stack some orders here on US 30. Where are we coming to? After the gap, where else do we go into? Let's zoom out. Let's see what this market is doing. It's a very, very bullish daily candle. Swipe lows. All right, well, we swept these lows here. We filled the rest of this inefficiency of this price. Honestly, we could go for these highs long term, right? It's long term. If that's the case, I need to see us close above this gap right here. Right, if we can get a closure above this gap, I will expect this market to continue higher tomorrow. At least for tomorrow, we can take another opportunity to fill the rest of this area here, taking some more buying opportunities. The place that I think we're going to stop at here on US 30 is over here. Right, this is an order block right here. You can see we do have a manipulation of the previous day that was taken out. So, and it's at the 40,000. It's an institutional price point. The market is going to stop there. Okay, we're probably going to see just a boom, a reaction to the downside, and then most likely an impulsive move back higher if buyers are actually wanting to target these highs here. This is going to be the factor that determines whether we continue higher or not. But for now, at least we know that most likely we want to see the market get up here. That's all we need to know. So for tomorrow, Wednesday, as long as we continue seeing bullish price action, we continue taking these bullish trades off of the imbalances going higher. but we will see. We will see. All right. Let's see. What else? What else do we got to talk about? GCAD. All right. So GCAD. I'm looking for buys on GCAD. So as I explained in the market analysis, right? Look at the 4 hour. So when I'm looking at my supply and demand, I'm using the 4 hour and the 1 hour. The 4 hour is going to be mostly my direction. I look for setups on the 4 hour too. I'll switch in between the 4 hour and the 1 hour. It really depends. It depends on what I'm looking at, what it looks like. If the 4 hour is cleaner than the 1 hour, for example, here on AU, this is a 4 hour trade because the 4 hour is cleaner than the 1 hour. Go to the 1 hour. We don't really see the imbalance. We kind of see it's filled up here, but on the 4 hour time frame here, you can see the market has this candle, that candle, and then this candle here, and we just never cleared up this gap right here. So there's an imbalance here on that 4 hour. So that's why we're taking this trade. It's based on the 4 hour. So for GCAD, when we go to the 4 hour here and we're using our directional bias, we can see the market is bullish, right? From this low to this high. On the 4 hour time frame, we're bullish. Now when we go to the 1 hour time frame here, here's our order flow from this low right here. We don't really need to worry about anything here because that's old price action. So on the 1 hour here, we can see our order flow. Boom, 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 boom. And remember what I told you guys about order flow. You want to follow order flow as it's happening. So what did order flow do? Order flow, all it did, this 1 hour structure, all it did was get us back into discounted pricing, right? You can see we come here from this low to this high, we come back into the 50%, which is our discounted pricing, and also we filled a gap right here. Boop. Filled that gap, we wicked it, and then we go higher. We have our change of character, which is telling us that, you know, buyers are in control of this market now because we will see on sellers, and then we broke the high. So that means buyers are getting back in, and we tapped into a 4 hour area, a 4 hour discounted pricing. So we're looking for buys on GCAD at the moment. You can see I have this here just to kind of remind myself. I'm only going to take this selling setup, and the reason why we can take this is because order flow technically is not invalidated yet, right? Our 1 hour structure is not invalidated yet. So what does that mean? That means the market can still go lower, okay? We can still go lower, right? The 4 hour structure is all the way from this low to this high. So we can still go lower and get a deeper retracement back into like the 71 if it wants to. All right. So this is still an opportunity to take. The reason why I'm not setting an order on it is because I need to hedge it. All right. The only way I'm going to take this is I need to hedge it because the 4 hour is bullish and we already mitigated the discounted pricing. The market can come back, but it doesn't mean it will. So we have to follow the 4 hour because the 4 hour is over the 1 hour. So the 4 hour structure is bullish. We have to follow the 4 hour structure, and we have a change of character. I should be looking for buying setups. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if we can get a buying setup here on GCAD. Now today, we could have had one, but the market was ugly. As you can see here, we did raid Asian lows. So for example, we did raid Asian lows. The reason why there's no trade here, we raided, we got the manipulation. We barely got the break of structure. I don't really see any closure candles. So there's two rules that's just not followed, right? We have our first rule, which is the manipulation, but we don't have a clear body closure up here on the 15 minute, on the 30 minute. Minimum is 30-minute body closure. And you can see we barely have that. We have a whole bunch of wicks, which is just showing weakness. And also impulse and imbalance, right? We have the impulse, imbalance is filled. There's just no imbalance in here. No trade. Okay. And you can see, look what happens when the market goes lower. Here's our impulses. That means technically this market can still go lower. Just buyers is just not here yet. All right. I'm not taking anything from down here either. I'm just waiting for the setup to come, guys. That's pretty much it. That's why you don't see it here. Trust me, I go through these markets every day, and every Sunday I do like a thorough, just like a refresh of the whole thing. So I kind of already know what I'm looking for and waiting for to see on these markets. So if you don't see that I have anything, most likely I don't have anything. 30-minute. I'm looking for one particular setup. And that's the exact setup that I showed you earlier. The minimum time frame is a 30-minute. That's the minimum time frame that you can see it happen on. Best time frame for me, I like to see it is on the 1 hour, and then the highest time frame is going to be the 4 hour. So 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. Those are the time frames that you want to look for that setup on. If it's not in any one of those if it's not in any one of those time frames, I'm not taking it. All right, so that's the lowest time frame that you want to go on for that type of setup. I think we're back into the imbalance. Hold on. We've made it. We have made it. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Can we stack another order? Okay, so if you're looking at this right now, I think it's a 5-minute imbalance. Yeah, if you're looking at this right now, so basically what we need is we need a 5-minute to close out of this area. That's pretty much it. Once that happens, we can take a trade. Which is looking pretty nice. We'll see. If this breaks, right? Let's say the market just go ahead and falls through this. Once that happens, if we can break this low, I'll start looking for sales for the rest of the day. Right? If we break this low here, I'm looking for sales for the rest of the day. And that's why we don't just automatically take the entry just off of the imbalance. We wait for the market to actually react from the area before we do that, right? If we see just closures in here, there's no point. And we're after the time too. I like to look for this before 11 o'clock. We're after 11 o'clock, so I'm being more cautious because price action gets much more slower. Impulses gets much more slower after that 11. You go into 11:30, 12. You're kind of you're kind of looking for low probability setups at that time afterwards, because majority of the big moves have already happened, unless Trump says something and market goes crazy. That's your best bet. Some late afternoon news happened or something, but we don't have any news today. We have news tomorrow, which is a lot of flash services. Is that all? Just flash services? Let's see. I think that's all for tomorrow. Flash services. Yeah. Unemployment claims on Thursday. See if that does anything. We have a lot of bank holidays this week. Lots of it. I think we closed, all right? All right, let's see. US 30 be good to me. It's not what I want to see. I want to see up movements. Up movements. What's NAS doing? NAS looks a little bit better. What's balance is this? 5 minute. NAS looks actually a lot better. US 30 is not being nice. Yeah, we might have switched for the day. We might have switched. Yeah, if I see a bearish imbalance, I'll take it. But other than that, I'm not gonna chase the market. This is why I say before 11. This is exactly why I'm testing this before 11 o'clock. Right here. I'm gonna add this to the journal. Got a small reaction, but the volatility is just not there anymore. We're seeing a distribution now. Seeing the same thing here on NAS. We're seeing distribution and validation of this is. Let's go to a 5 minute. What could we be coming from? I think we have a 15 minute. Yeah, we do. 15 minute imbalance near the open. Let's see. I closed the trade on the US 30, by the way. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Let the market do its thing for a little bit. We'll see what happens. So we're out of that one. We're out of that trade right there. Leave that one alone. Watch this just explodes higher. Gotta love the markets. Gotta love them. But yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm building data on this for you guys, like I said. So I'll take the losses and I'll do the mistakes now, so you guys don't have to go through these, and we can actually see what's the best way to trade this way for end of season, things like that. But so far, just started a challenge account. Like I said, it's a small challenge account since I'm only doing it just to what's it called? I'm only doing it just to forward test this at the same time, because all I've done was like back testing. So I'm gonna do this to forward test, and so far we're up 2%. Every day we're gonna take one trade. We take one trade every day, and basically the target's gonna be a 1 to 2 every day, right? Risking 250. I got a 25K account. Let me just show you guys that. We're gonna risk 250 to make what, 500. It's only a one-step account. I didn't want to take a lot of time with this, so I want to see. And basically, I'm only taking one trade every day, and that's gonna be it. One trade. I don't know how much losses I want to do. I don't know if I want to do 2 losses max or just 1 loss. I'll see. I mean, this is why I got the account, just to forward test it before we try to get any bigger capital with this. I don't want you guys buying, you know, big challenge accounts and the strategy is not 100%. So I gotta test it. But just to go ahead and drag it over here and show you guys right there. So yeah, that's the account. Just got it. This was a trade that we took today on US 30 earlier that I was showing you guys. And then yeah, that was that trade, that 1 to 2, and just up 2%. I think this is Blue Guardian, so it's 8%. Yeah, it's 8%. So 6% away. We'll see. We'll see. I'll update you guys on that and let you guys know if the strategy is working good. And then after this forward testing session, I will start the series and I will break down the rules and everything like that for for those indice trades, right? For those imbalance indice trades. What do you think about gold? You should definitely buy gold. Not right now though. Not right now. Well, actually, hold on. Let's zoom into this. Let's see. So we took out some liquidity today. We took out Asian lows, right? See that? Nice. We took out Asian lows. We have a high. Oh, we have a high here that creates that low. That's that sweep. We make another high here. We failed to make another low. That's a good sign, right? Failed to make another low. So what I'll tell you to do here, we're on the 5 minute. If you're gonna buy gold today, gold is just so bullish. If you're gonna buy gold today, wait until we break this high. All right, once we break that high, have fun. All right, once we break that high, have fun. Put your stop loss at this low, right? Be safe, of course. Don't just, throw a lot of money into this. We're at all-time highs right now, so be careful. We just hit a 3,500 institutional level, so be careful. If you want the best area to buy gold, right here would be your best area to buy gold. If you want to wait, if gold does not come down there, wait for this high to get broken. Take your buys, taking it back higher above this high. All right, so I believe gold is gonna go to 4,000 next. It's a long ways away, but it'll get there. Right, I remember down here when I was saying gold was going to get to 3,000, it seemed like a long ways away, but look where we're at now. We're at 3,500. So price of gold has been going insane. For my gold investors, you are up indefinitely. But yeah, that's basically what I would do. We have a manipulation already today, so just wait for a break of the high. Once we get that, we made a higher low, so that's just showing me that this manipulation will probably stay. So wait for a higher low. If you want a good entry, wait for a higher low here. Wait for that break. Look for an imbalance here on the lower time frame. See, 5 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute right here. Something like this. Probably not this deep. Hopefully we create some more as we go higher. Maybe we create a 15-minute imbalance. That'd be better. Yeah, we're in no man's land right now, so you kind of want to be careful. So I'm just giving you speculation just based on how bullish we are and the fact that gold does not want to come back. You can kind of see here we're just manipulating liquidity and going higher. We almost took out Asian lows here. We took out Asian lows here. Almost took out Asian lows here. Sometimes we don't even take out the Asian lows, right? That's just how bullish this market is. Here we took them out, obviously, right there. We left Asian lows here, and then today you can see we're taking out Asian lows. So when the market does give you that opportunity, take it. All right, so you could go speculating that that's going to be the manipulation of the day and taking it higher just because we're just that bullish. We haven't been pulling back into demand zone, so I wouldn't be surprised if gold doesn't even come down here. All right, we could just continue going higher. So be careful, right? Gold is not like the currency pairs as well. It's a commodity, so it definitely does move different. And let me scan DXY real quick. I need to see what's going on here on DXY because, so we left that range. Bit of liquidity here. We'll have a gap. Okay. Where are we at? Higher time frame. Let's see. All right, we potentially have more pullbacks to come into. I think we come into the 71 down here. How will we do that though? That's the question. Let's zoom in. Let's see. We're taking out Asian highs today, which is showing us that, we're having bearish order flow. Do we have a distribution? Yes, we do. Nice distribution here. If this distribution holds, right? If this distribution holds, we're coming for these lows. If that distribution does not hold, we're coming for this gap right here. You're in NAS. You're in NAS for longs or sales? You're probably in long. You're probably in sales. And actually, I should probably look for some sales too. Hold on. I should probably look for some sales too in a second. I think I'm going to take US 30 though. Yeah, I think I'm going to take US 30. I'd love to see a 5-minute imbalance, but NAS target right here. Either if depending on where you got in, this will be like the long-term target. It's this 15-minute imbalance right here. That's near the open, so that's what I expect the market to go to. You could target just right here at the top of it, or I would say also take profits right here as well. These lows here. Look for some partial profits. I mean, they're kind of close together. So honestly, if you're satisfied with your profits, take profits right here, to be honest. This is where I expect this to come to and stop for the rest of the day. If we do continue lower, I expect this to stop here. If we go past this, area, tomorrow I am shorting this market like crazy. Because it's just no reason for us to invalidate that. That's our first sign of buyer's interest. And if we just break that, then I still want to see if we'll take out these lows. So okay, you're in sales. Yeah. So first, if you need to take partials, take partials. All right. Whatever you can, just get something off the table. Whatever you risk, get something off the table. But as for targets, this low here and that imbalance. Today's market is a bullish day so far. We're still like above where we opened that, and pull up these percentages real quick. Right, we're up 2% today, so it is a bullish day. We could see the market kind of just range out here or go higher. We'll see. But since you're taking the opposite of what today has shown, it's better to just, you know, be more safer. Take partials. You don't have to close your full position, but take something so the market doesn't pull back and just, you know. I hate when that happens to me, especially when scalping. I'll be in a sell or even in a buy, and the market will pull all the way back just to continue going higher. But it's like those were like profits that were on the table that you could have taken, especially when you're scalping, right? It's different when you're intraday trading, or, you know, you're doing for a challenge or anything like that. But when you're scalping, you have to go into the mindset of a scalper. You're there to take profits. You're there to take what the market gives you. So whatever profits the market gives you, you want to take it, right? Because you're scalping. Okay? When you're scalping, you can just close and get right back in. You're scalping. Okay? You're looking for quick moves. If you're doing it for a prop firm, you're doing it for a challenge, for a bigger account, that's different. Okay, but just to avoid moves like this, because this is how indices are. They'll create selling pressure and then right back to buying pressure. We're still holding this imbalance. Z Snipes official. I will text it in here. There you go. US 30, don't do this. Don't do this. Well, would love this candle close. But I'm gonna leave indices alone, guys. Getting past that time, I really don't like trading past 12, and I already took the profits that I made today already on indices. I'm not gonna chase anymore for this for a day, so I'm gonna kind of leave it alone. But if you're gonna still trade, this is a trade that you could potentially take. I'd wait until this 5-minute candle close, and then you could take a trade off this imbalance here. If we come back, wait for a reaction, of course. Wait for a bullish candle outside of the imbalance, and then you take your trade, stop loss at the low of that candle. Okay. If you're gonna continue trading indices, that's how I would do it. But like I said, during this time, it gets less and less probability because price action slows down, momentum slows down. You guys can physically actually see it here. You can see how momentum, which is bullish, and now we're kind of just trading sideways a little bit. So it's probably going to end up like that for the rest of the day until like 2 p.m. when the market closes, and then the market's going to decide which direction it wants to go in for the rest of the day until the closure of the actual day, which is at like 5 p.m. and then it'll open again at 6. But let's scan through these real quick. Let's see what happened. So let's see if we have any setups. And also, I'm gonna change the time for the live calls. I'm gonna send it in Discord as well. But I'm gonna do them at 8:30. I think 8:30 a.m. Eastern will be a perfect time. I think that'll be a perfect time. That way, depending on how long the call goes, it'll automatically go into New York session. Because I'm not gonna lie, that's the main reason why I start the call late. It's because I'm trading NAS and US 30 at 9:30 open. So I'll be kind of locked in trying to catch these quick moves at the open, and time just be flying by. So I'm gonna start it way earlier, like an hour earlier, and that way it won't really make a big of a difference. It's like an hour and 30 minutes earlier, actually. But let's scan through this real quick. Let's see what's going on here. Still bullish on US, on EU. Like I said, I'm just looking for buying opportunities. GU still bullish here. We potentially have a setup coming in today. Once we break that high. AU, I'm still bullish on AU. We have that setup there. That's a trade that I'm looking for. USD CAD. Well, we're probably gonna take a new setup here on USD CAD. Let's put that alert right there. 1 hour trade confirm, and they're doing the grass out there, so it's gonna be kind of loud. I don't know if you guys can even hear that. Yeah, we're probably gonna have a new setup here. Kind of already see the imbalances happening. once we break that low, 1 hour trade confirm. We have the manipulation, we have the impulse. All we need is to break a structure. That'll be the next trade. Until then, this trade is still active. Until this low is broken, this trade is still active. Okay. This is something I'll just have to look into. And it actually, hold on, it might be a 4 hour. Depending on how strong this impulse is, we might do a 4 hour candle here. We'll see. Join the Discord, of course, and I will send that out to you guys. Chef, Ugly, UJ, nothing yet. Need some manipulations. Gold, buy gold. Let's see, GJ. Nothing on here. CAD J. We're going for Asian highs. Should have known. You know, that was the actual first trade that I took this week here on Forex pairs, right? That was the first trade I took on Forex pairs this week. Thanks to CAD J for opening the week with a loss. That's amazing. AJ is bearish overall. I just need some bearish setups. Okay, we already tapped into the 50%. I just need to see actual good movements. And you know what? I actually looked at this earlier too. It looks like I should have actually taken AJ instead. What the hell just happened? Hold on, guys. Oh, that's great. I told you. I knew it was gonna explode after I got out of the trade. That's great. That is amazing. Oh, well, we held the imbalance. Okay. NAS is kind of lagging a little bit behind. Wow, NAS gave a... Okay, never mind. Well, there goes that gap filled. That's great. That's great. Yeah, I'll check out EG for you, man, before I go. Turn that off. ACAD. ACAD, what's up with you? Like where we're at. Hold on. I like that. We're above 50%. Let's see. 4 hour. Asian highs, not the best. Okay. This will be our change of character right here. Let me just put that there. That'll be our change of character. No. Cat looks tempting. Very, very, very tempting. Right at the 80% too. nice distribution up here. Where's Klein? Is Klein still here? I don't think so. Klein or U5? I don't think neither of them is here. This is tempting. I'll keep that there. I'll look at this later. I'll send it to you guys if I actually do take it. If I do take that sale there, I'll send it. But right now, I don't like the fact that I'm questioning it, so I'm probably not gonna take it, but it looks tempting. I'll probably use it for journaling or something. We'll see. But this trade right here, hopefully we can activate eChef, please. We've been waiting forever. But yeah, that trade is still there. And that's pretty much it. Let's check EG for you. And then if you guys have any other questions, ask them now. That's pretty much it for me. My trading day is pretty much done. Usually at 12, I'm done trading for the day. So, and then I'll just let my limit orders activate. Daily time frame. Let's zoom out real quick. All right, lots and lots and lots of price action I gotta delete. Okay. Back into class, down. Did I make it low? Oh, we made it. Okay. We're bullish right now. Intraday time frame is bullish. It's 4 hour. Bullish on the 4 hour as well. Low. Oh, okay. Here's your low to your high. Zoom into the 1 hour. Let's see what's going on. What time is this? All right, I'd be looking for buys here on EG, but on one condition. This low has to maintain. All right. If we break that low, that'll be your change of character. Reason why is because this is the last valid low. The reason why it's a valid low is we manipulated these lows right here. You can see we have that candle. I manipulated those lows, and we have the impulse, right? So this is the last area where buyers were present. Whether it be weak buyers, we just know that some type of buyer was present here. Okay, that created that move to the upside. You can see we have the reaction. The market is reacting from that area. So based off that reaction, you see the market is moving. You want to keep seeing those bullish impulses. So you want to look for buys right now. Right now, there's no current setup. I will tell you that right now because we don't see any bullish impulses to the upside. So if this low gets broken, you take sells until we feel this imbalance. So that's EG. You're taking a 15-minute short on JPY. Automatically, I'm not taking anything on JPY. I don't like trading ranges. I don't trade ranges. That is like that is my most important rule, is do not trade ranges. All right, that's for me personally. Okay, so I don't like trading ranges. All right, so automatically I would not. That's why I'm not looking for anything here, to be honest. I want to see this market go higher, and we're creating the imbalances that I like to see. Let's sit above these highs for a little bit. It's just I don't like the fact that this market has been sitting here, because when you trade inside of ranges, I've lost a lot of trades, and the majority reasons of my losing I know the majority reason of my losses was because of ranges. So that's why I strictly stay away from ranges. And I wouldn't be looking for a short either. I'd be looking for buys here on GJ, honestly. Just seeing today's price action, we took lows, we're moving higher. You can see the momentum is higher today. I'd be looking for buys to take out all of this liquidity here. That's why I want to see some buying to take out all of these highs right here, and to get back into my area that I actually want to sell it from. And the fact that we've already created a low, I don't know if we made it back to the 50% just yet. Barely. We barely made it to the 50%. Well, actually, no, we did not. We did not, actually. This is the low. That low creates this high. We didn't make it, so we can still come higher into equilibrium before we see that shorting starts to happen. And that would actually make sense just because we have so much liquidity up here. So hopefully we do take out that liquidity. So yeah, that's GJ for me, man. I wouldn't be looking for sales. I mean, if it ends up working out for you, that's great. If you have a strategy and it's working for you, most definitely. But me personally, based on like what I look for, I would not be looking for shorts. Not at the moment. I wouldn't be looking for anything here, to be honest, except for buys. But I'm not looking for anything. All right. So yeah, I mean, if you guys don't have any other questions, that's gonna be the market. Well, that's gonna be a live call for the day. Like I said, so tomorrow, and here from now on, I'm gonna do these calls way earlier. So 8:30 Eastern, my time. That way it doesn't mix in with it probably will still, but it'll be a lot much better. That way I can just trade indices after that time. And I think we continue higher. We're going into the 18,500 today. I don't know about US 30 though. It's crazy the market takes off though after I close this order. Well, yeah, seems like that's the day. Bullish price action today. That's what we're gonna see. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. So for the guy that asks when I'll be live, it's usually Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All right, so tomorrow and Thursday, and the time is going to be 8:30 Eastern. It's going to be a lot earlier than this time here. So it's going to be better overall. I'm already up anyways. I'm up early anyways, just back testing and just looking at stuff. So I'll just do that after the live call, and that way you guys get to see like the potential setups a lot earlier in the day before like they activate or anything like that too. So it'll be a lot better that way. But yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, if no one else has any more questions, I'll give like 1 more minute to see any last minute questions, and then that'll be this market analysis. All right, Adama, thank you for joining in from England. I appreciate you for getting in here, man. How is it over there? I've never been to England. You're in the UK. You should be trading London session. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would be trading London session. I have a guy here in the Discord, U5. He's from the UK too. He trades London session, so and he's very good at it. So I would definitely get in contact with him. Yeah, he kind of trades both, but London session is really good. That's usually what my manipulations are. London session manipulations. That's usually where my manipulations come from. Delete this gap right here. We filled it. That's what we were doing. Wow. It's U5. U5, man. Literally U. I got you. I'm just putting U5. You can text him private direct message and tell him I sent you. Probably give you some tips and help you out. He has his own little section in the Discord. You can go study his trades. He doesn't send that much trades in there no more. He gave me a good reason why he doesn't too, because he scalps on like seconds time frames, and he doesn't want people just following his trades like blindly. Yeah, it's over. Day's over. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, basically, if you want to keep it really simple, just trade order flow. Drop range 0.2. Okay. If you want to keep it really simple, just trade order flow on 30-minute, 1 hour, and the 4 hour. Right. Those are 3 time frames that I use. Just keep it completely just clear and simple. That's what you want to do. All right. And that is pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you for joining in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern. All right. Peace out.